What's up everyone, it's Nitro here, back yet again with a brand new YouTube video. Now today I'm going to do a Nintendo going forward movie theory video and a kind of pseudo spoiler about the Super Mario Galaxy. I say pseudo because I'm going to name some characters that appeared in the movie that I didn't say in my review. But yeah, we're going to basically theorize what movies can come next and so forth in what I'm dubbing the Nintendo Cinematic Universe, because let's face it, that's basically what we're witnessing happening right now is the dawn of the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. Granted, no official name has come out and say that yet. I'm just saying it because to what I've seen, it seems like that's where we're going. But yeah, straight off, before I get right into things, I had this conversation with a coworker of mine where we were just talking about the future of Nintendo and Nintendo movies, and I just thought that conversation would translate perfectly well together into a YouTube video. So, I was like, why not? I'll just do a random off-the-cuff theory video about what could happen next in the Nintendo movie universe, cinematic universe, whatever you want to call it. So straight off the cuffs of the Super Mario Galaxy movie, aka the second Mario movie, which I still think is a really good movie. I still need to go see it at least one more time. But I don't know, I just thought it was a really fun movie altogether. There is some, critics online that doesn't care for the movie and thinks that Mario Galaxy should have been like, I don't know, maybe the third or the fourth, or at least maybe the fifth movie. Maybe they should have done Sunshine first. But I don't know if they're going to even do Sunshine as a movie. I don't know how that would translate well into a movie. Granted, I never really played Sunshine. The only thing I witnessed of Sunshine was a speed run from Awesome Games Done Quick, where they just literally sped one through Sunshine. And from what I saw, Sunshine was just collecting stars. I didn't really see a plot. But yeah, from the Super Mario Galaxy movie altogether, we have Star Fox McCloud in the movie, so definitely go have like some type of Star Fox movie. 100% definitely a Star Fox movie. Man had an entire anime intro and everything in the Mario Galaxy movie. He had his ship. He definitely had a mission and places to be. And we see in the end credit scene him leaving the prison with Sunglass McToad. Yeah, he just left the Bowsers with Sunglass McToad at the prison. He flies off into his ship. So he's definitely going to have some type of Star Fox movie where there's like a Star Fox space journey type-esque mission. We're definitely going to get Falcon in there. We're going to get Worf in there. Maybe some other Star Fox characters. Have I played a Star Fox game? No. My only recognition of Star Fox besides this movie is Super Smash Bros. Speaking about Super Smash Bros, we will get there in a bit. So yeah, we have Fox McCloud, which definitely signifies some type of Star Fox movie in the works in the future. Speaking about characters, now I didn't mention this character in my review, at least by name. I did mention that there is another character in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, but yeah, we have Mr. Game & Watch in the Galaxy, which is random. I don't think Mr. Game & Watch was a part of Mario Galaxy. Granted, I've never played Mario Galaxy. I probably should one day, and I definitely plan to. But yeah, we have Mr. Game & Watch out of nowhere. But again, he was a character in Super Smash Bros, so that's why I mentioned Super Smash Bros in the review. So yeah, we have Mr. Game & Watch in the movie. He had his own games back in the day. You also had Rob. Rob was in the movie. I forgot to mention there was two hidden characters in the movie. But yeah, Rob was also in the movie, and he's a Smash. Granted, he was also an accessory back in the day, back like in the late 80s for Nintendo. But yeah, it was cool that we had Game & Watch and Rob appear in the Mario Galaxy movie. Now, I brought this all at attention because, I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. We're definitely going to have a Super Smash Bros. Movie. But I don't know how far into the pipeline that can be. I'm assuming I'm giving it at least 4 to 5 years. In the next 4 to 5 years, the next half decade, they are going to announce a Super Smash Bros. Movie. And when they do, I am totally making a video on it saying I was correct and I call it. But besides the point, I'm expecting at least half a decade the announcement of a Super Smash Bros. Movie. Beforehand, we do know there is a third Mario movie coming out. We might do Sunshine, maybe Sunshine's in the works. Maybe Super Mario Land might be the next movie, because at the end of the movie, in the post-credits scene, there was Diddy Kong, and there was Princess Daisy. So maybe we do a Super Mario Land, because she came from Super Mario Land, the Game Boy game. So maybe we do a movie about Daisy and the introduction of her, or maybe we go straight to Sunshine, or I don't know, maybe we do Luigi's Mansion, because there was a little hints and tad bits and teases of Luigi's Mansion already in the Mario movie universe. Granted, I don't think that will be the case. I could definitely see a Luigi's Mansion somewhere down the pipeline, so we can introduce King Boo and all that kind of stuff. And granted, we haven't got much of Luigi, at least. I mean, I don't know. He's been in the movies a fair bit, so I don't know. Maybe not. We do a Luigi's Mansion. Maybe they throw Luigi's Mansion into like phase 2 of the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. But as of right now, we have live-action Sonic and his crew with Amy, Tails, Knuckles, Eggman's henchman. We got live action McCloud, Star Fox McCloud. We got live action Pikachu from Detective Pikachu. We got live action Mario, and of course Luigi. Princess Peach. We got Bowser and Bowser Jr. We got Daisy. We got Game & Watch. We got Rob. We got a lot more characters. But what I'm trying to say, there's a shit ton of live action Nintendo characters or Nintendo-esque characters, because not every character I just listed is from Nintendo. I mean, come on, freaking Sonic is from Sega. But what I'm saying is, we have this like plethora of characters already. Why not have that giant phase 1 conglomeration movie of the Smash Bros. Universe? Now, granted, one thing that might prevent the whole Smash Bros. Universe, and if they do, like, I don't know, maybe the original characters, or maybe like the amount of characters that were in Melee. Definitely not Ultimate. We're not gonna have a 100 movie character anytime soon. I could definitely see a Super Smash Bros. Movie with the original cast of characters, or a variation of the original cast of characters, but definitely not anything from the size of Ultimate. Granted, some of the characters I did mention have been from Brawl and Ultimate and Melee and stuff, but I digress. One of the things that might hinder on this whole Super Smash Bros. Thing is the fact that Nintendo has to license things, not just for Illumination, but also license the characters out from their other IPs and holders and stuff, like Sega and so on and so forth. And then you gotta license those characters to yet again also license to Illumination, for Illumination to use the likenesses of those characters in the movies and animation software and stuff. And by the time we get to at least 25, maybe 50 characters, maybe that might be a bit too much. Definitely 50, maybe that might be, I don't know, really expensive, and it might be just the impossible to do. So, in my opinion, what they could do if they do a Super Smash Bros. Type of movie, they could have a variation of the Smash Bros. Cast, but, and here's the but they only have it where it's the characters that they already introduced in the movies. So, the Sonic characters, maybe we throw an Eggman in there for fun, even though Eggman's not in Smash Bros., but just throw him in there for fun. You have the Mario characters, you got Detective Pikachu, we can do Star Fox, bring back Game & Watch and Rob, and, all these characters coming together, just the characters that they already introduced in the movie universe. That might save a little bit on budget when it comes to licensing all these characters to Illumination for Illumination to use. Speaking of, we haven't really got introduced to Master Hand or Crazy Hand. Granted, that would probably be introduced in the Smash Bros. Movie itself, seeing that Master Hand and Crazy Hand are the villains of Smash Bros. Not the primary villains, but I mean, I guess majority of the primary villains is Crazy Hand and Master Hand. I could definitely see Master Hand being the villain of Super Smash Bros. The first movie. If they do a second Smash Bros. Movie, we could definitely see a Crazy Hand as like the second antagonist, like how Ultron was the second antagonist for the Avengers in Age of Ultron. So I could definitely see them doing Master Hand for the first film. I can't see them doing both. I don't see them doing both Master and Crazy Hand. Granted, in Melee, there was like a thing if you did like the super hard mode, you can face them together, but yeah, I don't see that happening at all. But I could definitely see Master Hand, at least. I feel like Master Hand will play a perfect main villain of the Super Smash Bros. Movie. I mean, you can also have a thing where all the villains of the good guy characters, like Link and Sonic and Pikachu and Mario, all those villains, like they all team up. Like Ganondorf teams up with Eggman, and so on, teams up with Bowser and Bowser Jr., and you have like villains versus heroes, and they have a giant fight, and then Master Hand comes out, and then the heroes and the villains gotta work together to defeat the Master Hand. I could definitely see something along those lines happening if they again decide to ever do a Super Smash Bros. Movie. But the way the movies are going, and the fact that they introduced Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong and Daisy and all these characters, there's no doubt they have something down in the pipelines that is Super Smash Bros. Related. There's no way they do not. And if they don't, I would be absolutely surprised, absolutely mind-boggled, and just absolutely blown away if they don't have a Super Smash Bros. Movie planned. But yeah, that's my theories about where we can go in the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. Maybe a Luigi's Mansion, maybe a Mario Sunshine, maybe the fact that they released Galaxy as the second movie leads down the pipeline to a Sunshine, because Sunshine, Mario's ship crashes, and maybe they wanted to introduce the fact that there's an entire galaxy and universe out there. So that's a possibility. There's multiple possibilities, multiple hints. We have Sonic 4 coming out in a couple years, so we're a bit ready to see Amy on the main screen, but we're getting there. And again, the Nintendo Cinematic Universe is very, very much alive. Yeah, those are my theories and my thoughts. Tell me what you think about it down in the comments below. Give this video a like, and you guys have a good day.